I'm not going to talk more about it, but I'm going to let this one be the last. I talk about the ring culture stupid agenda that was during the finals because LeBron James can't help himself but being a distraction. And he's such an idiot, egotistical. And he reminds me of a black version of Donald Trump. And I've said it already. That's who he aspires to be like. You know who is really the most insulting by his whole and his ring culture and trying to diss ring culture is Bill Russell. Yeah, Bill Russell fought long and hard to not only win on every level, but he was in a racist town and place in Boston. But if you read what he had to endure with the hate off the court, despite being a winner, it was all he had to do to mentally stay sane. See, when you get idiots like LeBron James, who's like, it don't matter, and he's saying all this stuff, he's saying it for twofold. One, he'll never have the most rings. Though he went to 10 finals, he went to 9 in a row. And believe me, if he had 7 or 8 or 9, they'd be saying that he was a greater winner than Bill Russell. They would say something ignorant like that. Believe me, they won't to because they want to put him with Jordan. So it's an insult to Bill Russell to say that the rings aren't, that they're qualified. Bill Russell posed with those rings. That was Bill Russell's only saving grace in that racist town. Now, did it somehow take away the sting? Not really. Not when he had to deal with people invading his home. Everything was going on in the 60s. People like to act like this is like caveman hundreds of years ago. This was in modern time, what he had to endure. You tell me that Herm Edwards coined the phrase the best. You play to win the games. You don't come to participate and get a ribbon and a token. You can sit there with Steve Nash, who didn't win, and had two token MVPs. One of them belonged to Shaquille O'Neal, and the other one you could debate Kobe or Dirk. What did he do? He got to Western Conference Finals. He didn't lead a team to the finals. He was, a very talented player. I'm not taking that from him. But to sit there and say no one looks at Steve Nash as a great player like that, not on that level. And LeBron's is pathetic and ridiculous. This is a deep. This goes beyond just another dig at Jordan and Kobe. This is a dig at Bill Russell. This is the ultimate dig. That's what Red Auerbach and those guys were about, was winning championships, breaking down racial barriers in the time when they didn't think black players could lead. He was a player coach and won a title. Right when the Lakers were able to bust those balloons and celebrate. Do you understand what it meant to be a winner on that level? I don't think so, because LeBron ain't on that level. And all these stupid heads on sticks that keep saying he's the second best player, he ain't in that. He's more closer to 10 to 12 than he is to 1 to 2. And he ain't better than no Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He ain't dominant like no Shaquille O'Neal. He ain't gone through the process that Wilt Chamberlain had to go through against someone that was Bill Russell, who belongs in the conversations way ahead of him. When you sit there and say idiotic stuff, so every time these guys play out here, they're not trying to win the championships. Like, it's okay. You go ahead and take it. I'll be okay. I got my chance. I played on my Madden. No, I played on my Xbox. It's okay. I don't need a chip. That's how idiotic he sounds. It's a disrespect to Bill Russell. Bill Russell, that was a statement for a black man to win championships in a racist environment, And before people say, well, there's only 8, 9 teams and all that, it don't make no difference. Red Auerbach and him had to break barriers in the time. I don't think people understand what Bill Russell went through. So you got an opportunity to slip and slide and go play for 15, 18 different teams and boast and brag. If it wasn't for Bill Russell, where would you be? You tell it to Oscar Robertson that ring don't matter. That's the reality. It was the only way to kind of consider to have some kind of footing. You tell somebody the championships don't matter. LeBron James, you fake historian, you fraudulent, fake, You tell Jack Johnson his heavyweight belt didn't matter. You tell Joe Louis his heavyweight belt didn't matter. You tell Muhammad Ali that his belt didn't matter. You tell Tiger Woods, who be sometimey, but when he won in 97, tell it didn't matter. Because you had to not just win, you had to win for the culture. When ignorant jive turkey who ain't had to really, because that's the fake woke that he is. He ain't woke. He been bought and paid off, and Turkey's been gobbling it up like he's belonged the same sentence with Ali and he belonged the sentence with those guys. He don't. They named an award after Bill Russell after the fact for being a champion. He had to prove it as a black man in a hostile, racist environment. Now you reap the benefits of it. You tell Arthur Ashe that winning Wimbledon didn't matter 50 years ago. The first black man to win Wimbledon. And he felt racism. You say that to people and see what happens. See how ignorant you sound, LeBron James. This whole thing that this ring culture was a diss to Bill Russell. Because he never will be mentioned as the greatest winner or champion. So he has to take cheap shots any way he can. And his flockies will flunk and say, yeah, it's not that important. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, all right. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share it if you like. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm all the time. Peace.